beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today we're talking about the latest release from Huda Beauty. This is the GLOWISH line. I love everything glowy, so very excited about this. All of the GLOWISH products are currently available. You can find them both on the Huda Beauty website as well as at Sephora. Included in this little GLOWISH collection, we have the Multi-Dew Skin Tint. There are 13 shades of the skin tint and it's priced at $37 US. We'll take a close-up look at the packaging here. I just like to show you the outer box, especially if you're gonna go pick this up in store. It's nice to see what the outer packaging looks like so that it's easier to find and so you know what to expect. Plus, it's pretty. The packaging on the actual skin tint is a plastic tube. The cap has a little bit of iridescence to it, which is not relevant at all to the product, but it is pretty. Then when you pull the cap off, you do have a little pump dispenser here. I am a fan of the pump. I also like a squeezy tube, but this is really nice for this product. The shade is labeled with a little sticker on the back, and I want to point out that the packaging here is sort of a frosty color, so don't go off what it looks like in the packaging because this is not perfectly clear, so it does sort of cloud your vision of the shade. The packaging here is also made of 25% post-consumer recycled material, which is really nice, and this product is made in Italy. I also want to point out here on the outer box that this product is vegan, so I always like to mention that for my vegan friends when I can get confirmation on that type of information. So here you go, vegan friends. This one's for you. Like I mentioned before, this product does come in 13 shades. The Huda team sent me 4 shades to test for you guys, so I will show you swatches of the 4 shades that I have. This product is fragrance free. I know a lot of you are sensitive to fragrance or just simply don't like it in your makeup, so no fragrance in here. This is a dewy skin tint, so it is a light coverage product. However, they do mention on the directions on the box here, you can add this to your favorite foundation to boost the luminosity if you are somebody that prefers more coverage. I'm a big skin tint and tinted moisturizer fan, so I'm going to be wearing this all on its own today. I do appreciate the versatility of this product though. There's also a brush that goes with the skin tint product. This is the Airbrush Finish brush. It's priced at $31. It's flat and paddle shaped, great for applying the skin tint. You will see me use this later in the demo. And these are synthetic bristles. So again, vegan friends, you're good to go here. Next up, we have the GLOWISH Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. This one comes in 5 shades and it's priced at $31 US. A lot of the same idea happening here. This is made with 30% post-consumer material. This is vegan and this is made in Italy. We're seeing some more frosty clear plastic packaging here. This does have a locking clasp closure, and as you can see, this is a clear container, so no mirror here. And then when you open up and look at the powders inside, there is this beautiful marbling effect here. The texture of this powder is super interesting. It's not quite squishy like a Super Shock shadow, but it has sort of a similar, very silky, almost cream but not quite cream texture to it. It works perfectly with the idea of a luminous bronzer. It looks like a baked product, but it doesn't have that baked, kind of dusty but not in a bad way baked texture. Hopefully that makes sense. I have 3 of the 5 shades for this bronzer. I have shades 1, 2, and 3. So I will show you swatches of the 3 bronzers that I have. They look a lot more similar in the pan. When you see them side by side in the pan, they look very, very similar. However, once they're applied to the skin, I think you can tell the difference not only in depth, but in undertone. Of course, each one of these is going to look different just because of that marbled pattern. But when I did the swatches, I did a really wide swipe all around the whole pan just to make sure I wasn't getting too much of any one of the tones in here. There's also a bronzer and blush brush. This is $27. When you see them side by side, you can tell the difference. The Airbrush Skin Tint brush is a lot flatter and wider. The blush brush is thicker and not quite as wide and paddle shaped. So those are the two brushes for these products. Now that you've got all the product info, I'm going to show you my application demos as well as my wear test check-ins, and then I'll wrap up all my thoughts at the end. I like to start all of my wear tests with a really close-up look of just my bare skin. Now, I have done my skincare, but I don't have any makeup on. And just side note, I'm really happy with my skincare routine lately. I've been doing a good job of sticking to it. And my dryness is really more under control than ever. Now I'm going to apply the GLOWISH Multi-Dew Skin Tint in the shade 2 Fair Light. This is just a little bit deeper than my actual skin right now, but since we're going into summer, I think this really will be the perfect shade for me. It's a little bit deeper and a little bit more golden, but you'll see once it's applied, it definitely blends in with my skin a lot better than it looks here. Using the Airbrush Finish face brush, that's really hard to say. I challenge you to say that 5 times fast. And this brush really works absolutely perfectly for this product. I've been on a face brush kick lately. I kind of go back and forth between using a damp sponge and using a brush. And I've been into brushes lately. This one is really doing the job, making everything look really even, and it's just such an easy application. So I think this brush is made perfectly with the skin tint. Here's a close-up look at one layer that was super quick. It doesn't look streaky at all. I'm not having any issues with the brush application, and this is very glowy, muy glowy with just one layer. I am gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. I'd say like half a pump more just over some areas where I typically want some more coverage. I have some redness going on, and really I was just curious to see if I could actually build this up at all. And I did need to add some to my neck because this is a little bit more tan than my actual skin right now, so I wanted to sort of blend down and make sure that my face and my body match. This layered up really nicely. It looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. My skin is just glowing so much, but it still looks very natural, very skin-like. It's almost as if I was just fully highlighted all over my bare skin, and I love that for me, honestly. Next, I'm going to apply the GLOWISH bronzer. This is the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder in the shade number 1 Light. And I am going to use the Bronze and Blush face brush. This just glides on so easily. This is an incredibly natural looking bronzer. Now, it's not super duper pigmented, but that's part of what makes it look so natural. It's definitely visible on the skin. It's definitely warming up and bronzing up the skin, but it just blends right in. It really looks like, again, it just looks like my skin. It looks like part of my face, and I am incredibly impressed with the application of both products, with the way that they worked with the brushes. Overall, very good start to this review. Okay, I'm here for my first wear test check-in. I've been wearing my GLOWISH products for about 3 hours. As you can see, I've finished the rest of my makeup. I did do some concealer in the under eye area, as well as a little bit right here, a little bit right here, and a little bit right here, just a tiny bit to help even out the shade. But I did not powder, I didn't use any setting spray. I did do a teeny tiny bit of matte blush on my cheeks, but I didn't do any highlighter. I really want to let this product shine. I want to see what it can do with as minimal interference as possible. Of course, I did, brows, eyeshadow, I'm wearing some lip gloss, but I really tried to interfere as little as possible with the face makeup. So let's get really close up, really in there, and see what 3 hours of wear looks like for the skin tint and for the bronzer. Overall, the appearance on the skin looks really nice, very glowy. This is a lighter coverage product, so, you still can see some of my redness coming through. Obviously, I have skin texture and unevenness, and that's just fine. That's what skin looks like. I was expecting a bunch of nose gunk right here because these skin tint products tend to bunch up there a lot on me, and I'm really not seeing that. So far this area looks nice. I did have a breakout here, so I put a teeny bit of concealer there, but I mean, overall I think it looks pretty good. The appearance, especially on the cheeks, is just so nice, especially considering that I put bronzer and blush directly onto the skin tint. I didn't do any powder, and it looks very smooth and pretty. Let's see the forehead, because the forehead wrinkles are always a huge problem for me, and look, not really that much settling into the forehead wrinkles. This is the biggest foundation trap there is right here. I typically have a huge crease, especially when I don't set with any powder. So I'm very impressed with the performance here. And when you're not looking super close up with an HD camera right into all of my pores and fine lines and all that stuff, I think even from this distance, which is very close for an HD camera, I think it looks super nice. It looks very glowy, but it doesn't look like slimy, greasy. I am super happy. I love to be glowy. I need to be dewy. I need to be moisturized. So far, incredibly happy with this. Now, I'm gonna really put it to the test because it is 91 degrees outside today. And before my last check-in, I'm gonna go and walk my dog around the neighborhood. So I am going to really be putting this to the test. No setting powder, no setting spray. We're gonna go on a walk in 90+ degree weather and see how this holds up. Let's see if it just completely drips off of my entire face. I'm gonna try not to wear sunglasses. We'll see, because that'll really, I don't want to touch up during a wear test, so we'll see. We'll see how sunny it is. Okay, anyway, way too much explanation that you didn't need. I'm gonna go charge my camera battery so that I can finish the rest of this review. I'm gonna go walk my dog. I'm gonna go live my life, put this skin tint to the test, and I will be back with you, well, soon for you, because it'll be now, but later for me. Okay, see you then. All right, bye. All right, I'm here for my final check-in. It has been over 7 hours of wear. I did go and walk the dog in very hot weather. I'm scared because it's early June right now, and I am very afraid of what August is gonna feel like because it is hot, it is sunny, and it is very humid. Although it's supposed to start raining soon, so maybe that's it, but this is not a video about the weather. So let's get to the wear test check-in. First thing I notice is that it seems like pretty much all of my cheek color has worn off, although I think the bronzer lasted longer than the blush did. But you know, 7 hours, cheek color comes off. That's like the first thing to go. I do think the bronzer had better staying power. Maybe not so much on the forehead, but like I said, I was outside in the heat. So let's look at the skin. I mean, I think it pretty much looks exactly like it did before. Maybe a little bit shinier, but I was outside and I was sweating a lot, so didn't develop any nose gunk. I definitely got very shiny from sweating. But even so, I was expecting it to really break up on my nose a lot with that experience, the sweat experience, and it doesn't look bad at all. I mean, it does look like it wore off more on my nose. I did not wear sunglasses because I didn't want to touch up. So yeah, I think I got like a little bit shinier because I got sweatier, but it still looks like the coverage stayed, so it's not like I sweat the makeup off. Overall, it still looks really even and nice. Let's check out the forehead wrinkles. Again, I can tell that I am shinier, but I think the coverage is the same, and look! Usually this forehead wrinkle in particular is just filled with product, foundation and concealer and whatnot, and it looks really even. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm surprised. I have to say, wearing this all day long, it looks amazing. It performed way better than I expected. Looking like this at the end of an entire day is really impressive. I am very happy with this result. Very happy. I'm sure it's pretty obvious at this point based on that very last wear test check-in. I'm a huge fan of this skin tint. I am very, very impressed. When you hear that $37 price tag, it seems like a lot. First of all, this is 1.35 fluid ounces, so it is more product than a traditional foundation. Typically, foundations are 1 fluid ounce, so not only are you getting a lot of product, I think this is just such a great, well-rounded product, from the attention to using post-consumer recycled materials, making it fragrance-free, making everything vegan. It seems like such a thoughtful product. It really lends something that was missing to the Huda line. Their previous foundations just never worked for me. They're way too matte, way too full coverage. They didn't fit my skin type. They didn't fit my personal style. And this just really nailed it for me. I realized that a lot of people love those really matte, really full coverage Huda face products, and those are cult classics, and absolutely, by all means, if you love those, that is amazing. I realized that those are very well loved products. They just didn't work for me, and this is exactly what I want. If this is too dewy and not enough coverage, then you can sort of meet in the middle and mix this with your faux filter foundation. Such a good product. Obviously, this fits my personal style, so that's why I love it. And if you love faux filter, you're probably going to just absolutely hate this one. But this is perfect for me. I'm a huge fan of skin tints and tinted moisturizers, so I've tried a lot, I've worn a lot. There are many that I enjoy, and from an all-day wear test using this, I am highly impressed. The wear time on this is really knocking a lot of those other skin tints that I also very much enjoy, just knocking them out of the park. As far as the bronzer and the brushes go, I enjoyed them, I liked them, but I just am not nearly as excited about these other products as I am about the Multi-Do skin tint. The bronzer looks really pretty. It's definitely something I'm going to continue to use. Same with the brushes, but the real champion for me today is the skin tint. Now's the time when I want to hear what you think about these products. Are you interested in any of these? Are they on your radar? I always love to hear what you think about things too, so make sure you leave all your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I have to take my earrings out for all of my check-ins because my camera always wants to focus on my earrings, and honestly, same. I also get distracted by my earrings, so I cannot blame you, camera, because these are pretty darn fancy. That didn't even make sense. Okay, let me get my notes. Notes, my goats. I like shiny things. Huh? Different, just be... If you guys like what I call fancy water, have you tried the hibiscus flavor? So good. It's so refreshing. I know not everybody likes this. L'Aqua. I call it fancy water. Okay. I love this color. This is Heat. Wait, it's kind of the same color as my fancy water can. Oh my goodness. I'm very easily amused. Enough about that. That was cute. You should have known that I was gonna like this. This is just made for me. Oh my goodness. I realize that this is too shiny for some people, but look, I have dry skin and I have not super young skin. I wouldn't say mature skin. I'm in like no man's land because I'm 35. I'm just right in the middle, you know. But I just love it. It is definitely very dewy, especially after that jaunt outside in the hot weather, but I like it. Huh? That didn't make sense. I mean, I could powder it and see what happens. Now that the wear test is over and it's just us friends hanging out in the outtakes, I'm going to use a little bit of my Tarte, what is this called? Shape Tape Starlit powder, which is like still a luminous powder, but it's not, I think you can tell the difference. It's luminous, but it's not like quite sweaty shiny. See what I mean? Like that's sweaty shiny. This is more luminous. Let's see. See what I mean? Powdered, not powdered. It's still luminous, but oh yeah, this is going to be an all-star combo for me. Now that I'm not wear testing anymore, I can powder it. See what happens. Do you guys watch Bailey Sarian? You know, she just started that new podcast, the Dark History podcast. Yep, that's about my hometown. That's where I'm from. So, that's fun. That was fun. That was a fun anxiety day for me. Anyway, I'm fine. Oh, this looks so good with that powder on top. Yes. Dream team. Dream team. I need Huda to come out with something like this because I super strongly dislike this packaging, but I really, really love this powder. Anyway, thanks for putting up with my shenanigans, and I'm so happy that you brought that beautiful face of yours here. I love to see it. I just love your face so much, and I will talk to you soon, okay? Bye!